Hi, in this video I'll show you exactly how to automate your monitoring and engagement across all your school communities, so you never miss again a strategic opportunity without spending hours scrolling. Look, every evening my workflow scans the communities I have set up in this Airtable. Okay, so here I have set up 4 communities where it's interesting to engage, and I give a name to my configuration because I can have multiple configurations as well. I put my field of activity, the tools I use, the cookies. I will show you later how to retrieve them to be able to log into Skool. And here, these are all the posts that he has generated. Then in another table, I have the post table. I have all the things where I can intervene. So for example, this one gives me the URL. It gives me the reason why I can intervene, the phrase, the key phrase, and it generates a response that I can automate. So it's ready to click here and copy paste. So if I click here, there you go, it goes well on my Skool. And there you go, here I can comment. Let's go. Hey, I'm Alex, N8N expert and ambassador. I share practical AI automation to help you save time, money, and scale your business. Every week I showcase actionable workflows to boost your results, whether you're a freelancer, agency, or business owner. Don't worry, it's not complicated even if you're a beginner. So first, we will set up Airtable for monitoring. Then in N8N, we will scrape the schools we defined in the configuration using an Apify actor. I'll show you in a moment. Then we will assess the real opportunities using a language model here. Once it's assessed, this same language model will generate responses and send everything back to Airtable. So let's go. You have the template in my community, so you can download it now. That way you can follow along or do it later. In Airtable, we have a config table and a post table. In the config table, we first have the name of the configuration, then the schools we want to monitor. Okay, so this is a long text. We separate them with a comma. There you go. So it can be only the school you manage. If you have a large community, you only want to respond to the members every day and miss nothing. Or it can be monitoring other schools like I do, because I am starting and therefore I want to get involved in other schools to make myself known and help people. Then the field of activity, so in my case AI automation, and the tools we use so that the AI mentions it in the response. Next, the cookies. So how do we retrieve the cookies? Here I am in Skool and I am logged in, and I use this Chrome extension called a cookie editor. Okay, so you can find it easily. I click on it, it opens a sidebar, and here I just have to copy and put it in my config here. And here it will display the posts that have been generated, which are related to this configuration. And then here I can mark this configuration as active or not. So it gives quite a bit of flexibility. Then in the post table here, I have configured it as a gallery. We will have the grid view. So in the grid view, we have a title, the date, the URL, so where this request was made. The reason why it's an opportunity to comment, the sentence that is key and that triggered the need to comment, the suggested response, thus generated, and then here we can indicate if we have commented or not and to which config it belongs. So there you go. It's quite comprehensive, and I have the idea of maybe making it a small SaaS application. So that's it for Airtable. Then we move on to N8N. And here we start with a no schedule trigger. So here I have it set for every day at 7 p.m., but you can change that. So after that, I have an Airtable node that will retrieve the configuration from the config table, which retrieves the URLs, the domain of activity, the tools used, basically everything we filled in earlier. After that, I have a set node to extract the data we're interested in, so the URLs, And here I'm using JavaScript functions because I noticed there were spaces, this type of character when working with Airtable, so it creates interference. So here, what am I doing? It's a map function. I should make a video about functions, by the way. In N8N, it's very practical because when we click here, we can see, well, there aren't any here, but we can see all the available functions. So actually, the map function will go over all the items in the array. So an array is a table with several elements. And so we will retrieve each one and replace characters like that with a space. And the trim will remove the spaces at the beginning or the end. And as a result, we have a clean array, well, a clean table with an object and each URL. Okay, so then here it retrieves the cookies, the domain of activity, the tools used, and the name. I had the max items, but I need to contact the Apify developer because it didn't seem to work well. So I stopped using it afterward, but it stayed there. So there you go. It generates all that for me. It retrieves all that for me instead. Then, since I only have one item and actually I have 4 configurations because I have 4 URLs, okay, I separated them because, once again, normally the Apify actor should take all the URLs, but I noticed it only took the first one. So I separated them one by one. Again, I need to contact the person who created this scraper. So with the no split out, there you go. Now I have 4 items each with a URL and the rest of the configuration. Okay? So there I split the school's URL, but I added all the other fields. Then my favorite node, the HTTP node. If you don't know it, go watch this video where I explain everything clearly. And moreover, I explain it with an example of Apify. So Apify, we are going to go on it to show you how it works. There. And here I want school. There. And that's the one I use, okay? So it's $8.50 for 1,000 results. I'm thinking about building my own scraper too. And so how does it work? So I'm going to go to the console because I already have it in my console. There you go. And we have $5 free on Apify every month. So here I have it in my actors. Okay, it's here. So here, the JSON, I have all my parameters. So inside I have the cookies, I have include comments. So there, I want to include the comments because the opportunity to comment can be found in a comment. And also, if I don't include the comments, I noticed they don't provide the URL. So I don't want the media, I don't need the images and my URLs. From the start, here. Okay, so here we can generate it and it will generate the JSON we need. Then I need the API endpoint and here I will choose this one, run actor synchronously and get dataset items. Because if we choose that one, it will launch the actor and we will have to wait and make another request to retrieve the dataset items. By the way, if we use the action, well, the node, which is already pre-built as a bare item, which is a community node, but which is also usable in the cloud version, we will have to use 2. So I prefer to do it like this in one go. So here, how do I do it? I copy my endpoint and go back to N8N and go to my HTTP node. Okay, so I put the URL here. It's a post method. So we saw here it was a post method here in Apify. Okay, there you go. It's a POST method. So we send data to Apify. And so this data will trigger the launch of the actor. And once it's generated, it will send us all the elements. So it performs 2 actions in one, actually. There you go. And then when we copy this URL, it puts the Apify token here, but I want to put it in a custom credential. So for that, it's an outgoing query. So query means that the token is passed in the initial URL. And so if there, I've already created it. But if I hadn't created it, in that case, we would do it like this, create new credential. So here we see that it's a token, it's called token. So we do create new credential. Here I will call it token, and here I will put my Apify token and rename it. But since I have already done it, we won't do it again. There you go. And once again, you can see how to make custom credentials in the same video, the one with the HTTP request. Then here we send the body, and here it's the JSON we saw earlier. So we pass the cookies, the date. So here I want the post. Since I run it every day, I want the post from the last 24 hours. So that's also a function of N8N, which is very practical. It's date functions. So for example, I'm going to redo it. I do now, so it's now. If I do dot there, it will give me different options. So there, minus, so less, and here, so I can put there, 24, last 24 hours, or I can put 1 and days. Okay, so there you go. And then here I enter my URL. So here our node is configured. That's the most complicated part here. I mean, everything is very simple. Actually, it's very linear. There aren't really any very, very complicated things. So here I extract the data that interests me. So the name of the configuration, no, the name of the title of the post, the content, the comments. Well, here I imagine that on this one there were no comments. The number of likes, that can also be used to see if it's a post that has traction. The date it was created, well, we don't need that. I added it, and the URL or end of this post, or this comment. Then we go through all that. So here we have 51 posts. I really need to see with the author how to limit that, because I don't necessarily want that many to avoid burning my credits. And so here I have a node AI in which I pass as a user message the content and the comments. And here I have a prompt, there you go, where I give it a role and ask it to evaluate the opportunity and generate a response. I give it examples. So there you have it. You have the workflow in the community, so you can read the prompt, modify it according to your needs, improve it, etc. From there, I will receive all these responses with whether there is an opportunity, the reason why it's an opportunity, the trigger sentence, and the comment. And I want to add the date and the URL. So I get that that's from the last node, and those come from a previous node. That way I group everything and everything is clear. Now I filter the opportunities. Yes, it's an opportunity, so that's a Boolean, so it's true. So there you go. If it's not an opportunity, I don't want to send it to my Airtable. And then I send everything to Airtable. So there you go, the title, everything comes from the previous node, the date, the URL, the reason, the trigger sentence, and the suggested response, and the configuration it corresponds to. And there you go, it's very simple and it works. In summary, we have automated the entire monitoring process, analyzing posts, generating responses, organizing in RTBL to take action in a few minutes every day. And of course, you can configure it according to your needs. The workflow is available to download below. And if you want to take your automation further or discuss a custom project, book a free strategy call with me. The link is available below. And if this video helped you out, don't forget to subscribe, like, and let me know in the comment what you'd like to see next. Bye. See you soon.